Can you maybe give like a background on what you were doing before?
I'm from Nigeria. I live in Dubai right now, but initially I came to study like bachelor's in international business. So my work experience is all major in mostly sales actually for the most part. And that's what I've been doing so far. Although I did have an interest in technology, but I didn't really take that much action in anything. Yeah, I'm the kind of person that I like everything to be very perfect for me to really take a risk or to take a step in doing anything new. So that's the kind of person at least that's my background.
Hmm.
You know.
Would you still describe yourself that way?
No, no, I won't describe myself that way. I think with you, I think one of the things that really helped me is just being able to accept my weaknesses as I am and not letting that define me as a whole. Like just because I have a certain weakness doesn't mean it defines me in my as a person in general. When I'm trying to change a specific habit, I don't say, oh, I'm still struggling. I'm like saying, oh, this is how I used to do, but this is not who I am right now, and this is the best version of myself is not me struggling. It's me doing the things that I want to do. If I'm the kind of person that procrastinate, I don't just say I'm procrastinating. I would rather say this is how I used to procrastinate, but now I see myself as someone who gets things done, and
Hmm.
that mindset is something that has really helped me a lot. Really been helping me a lot, and I think that's the biggest thing. Just accepting my weakness as a weakness on its own, and not using that to define me entirely. I think that's a really big thing that has really helped me, especially working with you. And I've not really gotten that from anyone, to be honest. Like it's
Hmm.
always like, okay, you have this weakness, and then it becomes part of you, and then you keep making that mistake of identifying yourself with that struggle with to move away from that weakness, and you just keep accepting it. And that was the mistake I was making many times.
Yeah.
It's a mindset trick. You're
Yeah,
very
for sure.
helpful.
I decided to start working with me in the first place.
Okay, so I would say before I started working with you, my mind was not very clear on what I want to do in life. I felt very like lost and just like accepting my life as it is and just living life as the wind blows me anyway. And that was just how my life in general was until when I stumbled on one of your videos.
What do you think is the biggest result you got from working together so far?
I think overall my confidence to do anything, like to do new things, also creating new habits. I find myself reading more, being more focused. I think that's something I really learned as well. Like learning to focus on one thing and not try to stretch myself thin. Also, like carve out my plans, my future. Like how to set my calendars, how to set my routine. And
Hmm.
I don't know how you do it, but then it's like I remember like first time we met and. I called you a fitness coach and you were like, no, that's not who I am. And like, yeah, I'm like, I was a bit confused about who you are. And, but I think overall, like the fact that you were able to help me mentally, be able to help me physically with my gym routine, and with my health, like what to eat and all that stuff. It's been very helpful actually. I think the most important thing is how you connect all these areas of improvement to my well-being in general. And I don't think that's something that people or many coaches out there do. Most coaches will just focus on one thing and then like they make a lot of money from you and that's it. But I think also the fact that you're not just dealing with me as a client but you're dealing with me as a friend, that's
Hmm.
something I also enjoy so much. Not I don't really experience this with many coaches in general. So overall, like I know it's still a journey, but I feel more and more closer to that best version of myself that I want to be.
I'm happy I can play a role in this. I'm curious, maybe tell a bit more about what you're doing nowadays, what you're working on, because that's really cool, I think.
Oh, okay. So remember before I said I'm not gonna kind of person that takes action necessarily because I want everything to be really perfect. But now I've taken the action in like I want to start an AI agency, and working on the website, my personal email, and I just like I've been scheduling calls with people that I can collaborate potentially with. I had lots of good calls yesterday, by the way, with lots of
Yes.
AI agency owners. Probably I'll discuss more with you tomorrow, but
Yeah.
even today as well, I had really good calls, and yeah, I've just spending more and more time on getting my AI agency started. I think that's my main activity at the moment.
And I think like one more important thing to mention as well is just like, you've invested quite a lot of money into this AI agency and like into yourself. And I think like for a lot of people, this is like a really big step. And I think if I remember correctly, it was for you as well, right? It's like it's difficult to just put that much money into something where you're not guaranteed anything, right? It's an investment in yourself, and you have to kind of make it happen because you just get the information. And I think that kind of speaks to your confidence as well, right? Like the shift in confidence of, okay, I'm worthy of achieving this thing, and you shift your belief in such a way. Now you're like, okay, with these tools, I can accomplish this thing.
Okay, wait, can I add one more thing again? That I mean, I don't know why I didn't think of this.
No,
Something I
for
wanted
sure.
to add, I've gained from you as well. The abundance mindset.
Mm.
That's a very big deal. Why I'm mentioning this is because you told me this before. I didn't fully understand, but when I joined the agency, I saw the same mindset from the agency owner as well. Like, don't have the like they were encouraging people to share your ideas, share your journey, share your progress, and this is something I got from you first. And I'm seeing a lot of successful people not holding on or clinging on to whatever they've achieved. Rather, they're giving out freely. And I'm like, oh wow, this makes a lot of sense. This is what Jasper said many weeks before. And also, like like in general, like I used to think, oh, life is hard. Like things are scarce and everything. But once you have the right mindset, you have the positive drive, and in life there is no like there's no like lack of jobs necessarily. Even if you don't get a job, I think having that abundance mindset of what can I do or how can I add value to a specific solution, or what solution can I provide, or in any way or form. That's something that's been very helpful in just having this kind of mindset as a result of, oh, like there's abundance of opportunities in life in general, and that makes me not to take excuses and just like think of how can I solve the problem, or how can I stand out from everyone, and that's something that's very helpful actually. So it is quite good to see a connection from what you're teaching and what I'm seeing in real life in
Yeah.
successful people who are like, hey guys, have that mindset of being generous and sharing and collaborate with people. Don't withhold anything. The people that succeed the most, from what I saw, are people who are very generous, who have the abundance mindset. So
Mm.
now it makes a lot of sense from what you're saying,
Yeah.
and
No,
I
for
really
sure.
appreciate that. Mhm.
It's just the internalization, I think, right? It's like it's you have the knowingness of it now. I've personally experienced when you really start to get this. And I've only had seasons of this, I would say, at this point. But sometimes I feel so aligned and everything just like flows to me. I made like more money, in one day in this year than I've made like in the last year in my best month. And it's just like when you are able to really make that mindset shift, things just flow really seamlessly.
Yeah, it really does. Also, that's very helpful in terms of your perception of facing setbacks. If you have a scarcity mindset and you have a setback, so you believe that that's the end, you give up.
Mhm.
But if you have an abundance mindset and you face a setback, it makes you think in a different way of what other like opportunities can this lead to.
Is there anything else you want to say, or like should we wrap it up?
I would say is I remember before I joined your program, and I saw you sent me the links and the details about your program, and I was a bit like taken aback about the fees and everything. It's not like I noticed something. It's not really about the fees. It's more about what can you do to invest in yourself to get to that next level, and that was like a jump for me. I would say if you like if anyone approaches you and is looking at you right now and still lost, I would say just take the chance and rather don't see it as, oh, this is just another program. See it as a program that you're investing in yourself. See it as a program that would change your mindset and shift you in a direction of where you want to be and where you should be actually.
It's also around like it's even investing in someone else. That's kind of what we spoke about earlier. It's like investing in someone else. It's not really about the other person. It's like coaching doesn't work. It's not like something that works for you. You work for it. It's something that you put the effort in. And obviously, it's like 100% relationship. It requires a lot of input from me as well. And me, like, having to make sure that I'm having my stuff on point. But it's just as much of a voucher of into yourself as it is into the other person.
Yeah, and also, so I forgot to mention this. If you want to have a prosperity, if you want to be prosperous in life, if you want to be rich, be among prosperous, mindful people. Be among rich, mindful people. That's
Mm.
very, very important. And that's something that really speaks a lot from your program. Is if I want to be rich, if I see myself as a rich man, if I see myself as making lots of money, like 6 figures, 7 figures each month, I need to be among people who have such mindset, who are achieving those. And that's why you need to take that action and join your program. Because if you're not surrounding yourself with this kind of people, if you're not having regular interactions, regular form of communication with this kind of people, you will not really get anywhere. You can read all the books, but if you don't have that family, if you don't have that network, if you don't have that companion of that of a person or a group of people who are already of that abundance and wealthy mindset, you will not get anywhere. You won't go
So,
that far. Even if you get to some extent, reaching somewhere, you won't go that far. You just have to be with the right mind of people. That's another big thing I've realized and I've achieved from being in this program. All
all
right.
good. Look,
Yeah. So,
I don't want to take up too much of your time. Anyways, we've
oh,
been speaking for
yeah.
quite a while. Yeah, appreciate you coming on for a second and yeah, sharing
Thanks.
your opinion.